Hello Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video laying out the actual timeline for Epic 7's 7th anniversary, 7th Saga roadmap features. Is it just me, or is there way too many 7s in this name? Lots of stuff was announced, but some is coming this month, some next month, some at the end of the year. I try my best to break down when I think stuff will actually arrive in the game. Before I start, of course, if you haven't already, make sure you enter this coupon code. This isn't the standard, like a few leaves and a transmit stone coupon code. You'll get a ridiculous amount of rewards from this, so don't miss out. Also, I see on Reddit people are spending these 77 transmit stones on galaxy bookmarks. Don't do that. If you're going for Lady of the Scales Mercedes, it's likely she will use transmit stones for her imprints. Anyways, I want to keep this short and sweet, so let's get to the first date. August 20th, we should be getting a preview of Lady of the Scales kit. Also, they partnered with eMart24 in Korea to offer some really cute Epic 7 snacks. That's on August 21st. They come with adorable collectible stickers. Don't you guys want some of you fiends meat lunchbox? I certainly do. Well, for now, you'll have to fly to Korea to get it. August 28th is a huge date. First, we get the Divinity Recovered event, where you can clear its missions and essentially get a triple S imprinted Genesis Raz for free. Also, I believe Lady of the Scales Mercedes will be released in the Mystic Summons as well. She may come on September 4th, but the last ML5 we got in the Mystic Summons was July 10th, so timing-wise, I think we're due. As a waifu-only account user, I kinda wish Mercedes was the free unit and Raz was the new Mystic banner, but it is what it is. What else drops on August 28th? That's when the permanent free unequip and the permanently open spirit altars will be active. Also, I believe this is when all pieces of content will be getting their own team setup screens. This is very similar to how expeditions work, where they don't use teams from your main team system. It sounds unlikely, but I sincerely hope they add this to Guild Wars as well. The old team system will be sticking around for a little while, but will eventually be going away completely. Which begs the question, how are we going to see our adorable lobby animations? I'm sure they'll just add a setup for this to the lobby menu. We'll also be getting a new server-wide mission named the Super Cake event. This is just more free goodies, including an ML5 boss selector ticket. Anything else for August 28th? The last item I'm actually not sure on. Their phrasing for this was very confusing. Along with free unequip, they mentioned a feature named Revert Equipment Change. This basically just shows you a history of different gear sets you had on a hero, and you can revert back to an old one whenever you want. This is meant to be a gear preset system, but it's much better designed. Gear loadout systems in other games are so time-consuming and a pain to manage. But this gear history system sounds way better. I'm so happy the devs take time to think this through instead of just blindly implementing what the community asks for. The reason this date is a bit confusing is because they mentioned several more equipment features on top of this, and then said both will be available by the end of the year. I am not sure if both includes this reset system or one of the other items. For now, I'm assuming this is going to be released alongside free unequip. Let's move on to September 6th. This is the E7WC Finals. I'm sure there will be in-game streaming viewership awards, but if you buy tickets and attend this event in Korea, you get a super nice bag of swag. This Epic 7 swag is so cute. After seeing this, I actually wanted to treat myself to $100 worth of stuff from the Epic 7 merch shop. But look at this delivery fee. Is this tariffs? This is ridiculous. I was going to show the merch off on my channel in person, but this is clearly not going to happen. September 7th is another off-site event, the Symphony No. 7 Orbis concert. If you view the stream, you get a collector's weapon in-game, and once again, attending live in Korea will get you more swag. If any Epic 7 fans ever wanted to make a trip to Korea, that week is far and away the best week, plus you get to eat Boss Arunka's buns. Anyways, September 11th. This is the next huge update. New 4-piece equipment sets, Reversal and Repost will drop. These two sets can be farmed from new content called Otherworld Breach. If I'm reading this right, you can only do this 3 times per day, and it costs an insane 160 energy each time. The devs said the fatigue around auto-farming something on repeat for hours is real, and rather than just give everyone unlimited sweep tickets, their goal is to drop a ton more gear in only a few runs instead. This explains why this costs so much stamina. They said Otherworld Breach will drop 3 times more gear than spending this same energy on Rift. On top of this, stored stamina capacity will be bumped from the current 154 to 360. 200 more gear slots will be added to make room for the new sets. So this goes from 700 to 900. Inventory space is my biggest pet peeve in the game. Hunts will get 15% additional equipment drops, plus they'll also get an otherworldly difficulty level added. This also costs the 160 stamina, but the gear drops are roughly 2 times higher than Hellhunt. You won't get crafting materials or other currencies here, but I feel like reforge mats should still drop. One more thing on otherworldly content. You have the ability to get a new rarity of gear named Otherworldly. It's identical to Epic Gear with 2 benefits. One is you won't get flat substats, and the second is that the roll range is a lot smaller than normal gear. So instead of a roll getting you between 4 and 8% more health, the roll is between 6 and 8%. This essentially means you can't turn an amazing piece of gear into garbage by simply upgrading it, which, let's be honest, should never be the case in any game ever. They mentioned in Fall RTA season there's a new mechanic they're adding to break up metas when they become stale. It's called Warfare Rules. The way it's described, it's something like 1 of 3 rules gets randomly applied to an RTA match during the draft phase. I have no idea what these rules are. Maybe Soul Weavers get 10 more speed or counterattacks do 25% more damage. Based on this random rule, you'll need to adjust your draft strategy in order to take advantage. Lastly, they mentioned they want to ramp up the frequency of Charm and Gold dungeon events to make sure the game economy can handle the new farming adjustments. So I expect these to be active on September 11th to kick things off. In October, we're getting a new story named Phantasmal Barrier. Plus, the top 32 guilds in the game will have a best-on-best tournament. In November, there's a new PvE game mode named Monolith Showdown. Then in December, they will be adding a new episode to the 6th World main story. December is an interesting month. There's 2 other features that I believe will be coming as a Christmas present here. They could come earlier, but my money is on December. One is a system that will flag your new gear with recommendations for what should be upgraded and what should be tossed. What's cool is that it looks like this will also flag your plus 15 gear too. How does it know what plus 15 gear should be tossed? It sounds like this is based mainly on how often you use the gear. If you have a 105 gear score piece with just weird substats and main stats and you can never find a use for it, it will flag it as something that might be worth selling or extracting for extra resources. This kind of insight will be huge. I have a ton of these pieces. The second gear system they're adding is suggestions on who to give unequipped gear to. Let's say you just finished upgrading a piece of gear. With a single button, you can see everyone who has this same set piece with this same slot where this piece of gear would be an upgrade. They also mentioned this will recommend heroes that work well with these stats and set. But this is strange to me because you could potentially break a set by equipping this, which would result in a weaker hero. My assumption is this button will take you to the hero gearing interface and pre-select this piece of gear. That would actually make sense. Lastly, there was mention of making the heroes in the coin shop work as a selector instead of the hero rotation we have now. This means you can just pick any hero you want before a certain date. Whenever the coin shop refreshes, a new cutoff date will be set. I believe this is expected by the end of the year, so I'll just slot this into December as well. Anyways, this is when you can expect all of the features to be added to the game based on what I was able to gather from the live stream. Here's a final recap of the whole timeline. I marked items with an asterisk if I'm not certain about when they're coming. That's all I have today. Thanks for watching my video. Bye, everyone.